There's nothing more disappointing than biting into a homegrown tomato that looks perfect, but lacks that rich, mouthwatering flavor we all crave. The truth is, growing juicy, vibrant tomatoes isn't just about sticking a seed in the soil and hoping for the best. It's about knowing the little secrets that experienced gardeners keep up their sleeves. Whether you're just starting out or you've been growing for years, the difference between bland tomatoes and those bursting with flavor often comes down to a handful of overlooked practices. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to make your tomato harvest the juiciest, most flavorful one yet. Great tomatoes begin with the right foundation. Instead of buying spindly transplants, choose sturdy seedlings with thick stems and dark green leaves. If you're starting from seed, give them plenty of light, at least 14 to 16 hours daily under grow lights, to prevent weak, leggy plants. Always wait until your soil has warmed to at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit before planting outside. Tomatoes hate cold feet, and rushing them into the garden too early often stunts growth before it even begins. Tomatoes need consistent watering, but they don't like soggy soil. The trick is deep, infrequent watering rather than shallow daily sprinkles. Soak the soil until water reaches about 8 inches deep, then let the top dry slightly before the next session. This encourages the roots to grow downward instead of staying near the surface. During peak fruiting, give each plant about 1.5 inches of water per week. If you're worried about cracking fruit, avoid sudden heavy watering after a dry spell, as this causes the skin to split. Mulching with straw or shredded leaves helps maintain soil moisture and prevents those stressful fluctuations that lead to bland tomatoes. One of the most overlooked steps in tomato growing is pruning. Left to themselves, tomatoes can turn into wild jungles that trap humidity and invite disease. By carefully removing the suckers, the small shoots that grow in the junction between the main stem and branches, you allow the plant to channel more energy into the main vines and fruits. Don't strip the plant bare. Keep enough foliage to protect fruits from scorching sun. But thinning the excess growth not only boosts fruit quality, it also improves airflow, which reduces fungal problems like blight and mildew. Tomatoes thrive on sunshine. They need a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day, but the real secret is giving them as much sun as possible. The more sunlight they soak up, the more sugars and flavor compounds they can produce. If you're container growing, place them in the sunniest corner you have, and don't be shy about rotating pots to maximize exposure. Sun is nature's flavor booster, and no amount of fertilizer can replace what sunlight does for the taste of your harvest. You know, healthy tomatoes often come down to what's growing around them. Planting basil near your tomatoes not only saves space but also deters pests and, hey, it may even enhance tomato flavor. Marigolds release compounds that repel nematodes in the soil, protecting tomato roots. Even the best-grown tomatoes can disappoint if picked too early. Tomatoes ripen best on the vine where sugars develop fully. That said, leaving them on too long can invite pests or cracking. The perfect time to harvest is when the fruit is fully colored, slightly soft to the touch, and easily slips off the stem with a gentle twist. If frost threatens and you still have green tomatoes, bring them inside and place them in a paper bag with a ripe banana. The ethylene gas speeds up ripening naturally. Some gardeners unknowingly sabotage their tomato harvest by making small but costly mistakes. Overcrowding plants, for instance, reduces airflow and increases disease risk. Over-fertilizing with nitrogen leads to massive plants with almost no fruit. Watering from above instead of at the base spreads leaf diseases. And worst of all, storing freshly picked tomatoes in the fridge ruins their texture and taste. Always keep harvested tomatoes at room temperature to preserve their rich, juicy flavor. When it comes down to it, growing juicy, flavorful tomatoes is less about luck and more about applying the right secrets at the right time. From deep planting and balanced feeding to pruning, consistent watering, and careful harvesting, every step matters. Each little action compounds to create tomatoes that are not just edible, but unforgettable. If you found these tips valuable and you're excited to grow your juiciest tomatoes yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button on Crop Corner and share this video with your fellow gardeners. Together, we'll keep building gardens full of rich, flavorful harvests year after year.